Just checking it's worked. I've just done one and it wasn't switched on. So long story short, I'm sat in my old car. It is now dead. And this is really funny because it died as I was getting poorly. Isn't that funny? So I've had to jump start it every morning for the last couple of weeks when I go to work. But I got really poorly with a migraine on Thursday and I started to feel really sick. And I drove my car back up to park it here when I'd finished work. And the more poorly I got, the more the car started juddering, and then it started to make this very strange noise, and then all this stuff flew out of it. So I don't know if it was petrol or oil. So it died at the same time as I did. I spent all day Thursday in bed because I was so poorly. But I thought that's the end of my car now as well. So I phoned up a scrap man and he's coming on Monday. So this is to say goodbye to my car. You've got to say goodbye to your car and say thank you for looking after my car, because I've had this car for over 6 years. I bought it for £1,700 or £1,600 and it's hardly cost me a penny to keep going because Steve used to look after the car and Paul sometimes. And it's never cost me a load of money until last sort of year. And the last MOT, it was like, it's time to let it go, but I couldn't. I get emotionally involved with my cars when I love them because it's very hard to find a car that's economical, cheap to run, but also really reliable. And some cars look nice, but I don't go for the look nice. I go for how it works and where it gets me. This car saved my neck. Paul, Steve, dogs, and whoever else. It's gone up and down the country. It's done a great job and I really appreciated my car. So this is a goodbye to my car. It is an absolute tip. It is an absolute tip because during winter I've used it just for work, that's all, because I got it sawn. But you can keep it on the park because it's not on the road. And it's just thick mud and dog hair. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a clean. I've got my little glove that collects dog hairs and then I'll give it a wipe down. But it's just a goodbye to my car. Just look at it. It's filthy. It is absolutely filthy. Car. I've just collected all the stuff there. It stinks of dog in here as well. So, oh, what a shame. But anyway, I have got 5 more days off work until end of March, which means I'll only be working 2 days a week for the next 3 weeks, and then I've got a week off. So that's like being retired. So how can I complain at that? I've written my book. I got the author's copy sent to me and I don't like it because the cover hasn't turned out right. So I'm going to get Paul to redo the cover and brighten it up and make it stand out more and have another go. But in the meantime, I'm writing the follow-on from that. So it won't be long, maybe, until my second book is out. Because I'm on my own all the time, I've got so much time at the moment that I can just fill my time up with writing. I've just washed my caravan outside, filled my water. I'm going to do this car, get that cleaned a bit. And then I've done all my jobs. I've cleaned up, I've done everything. So the doggies are coming back at 6 tonight. I have them 7 days a week now. So they're pretty much back with me, which means I can't do things during the day unless I can take doggies. When it gets summer and it's hot, I can't take them out in the car shopping and stuff because I don't like leaving them in the car. Even though I know they'll be all right, I'm really conscious of that. But it's the same with a van because the caravan is like a car. So what I do when I'm at work in summer is I leave the door open and they sit outside. And they like it better like that. So that means everything that I do now is going to have to be on an evening. And I'm going to try and do a deal with Paul where I get most of the evenings to myself from, say, like 4:30 on. And that way I can get on with my writing on in the evening, do my gardening, foraging. You see, the days are getting long now. So when the days are longer, I can do my walk on an evening and do all my catching up when I'm by myself. So I'm just going to have to sacrifice my daytimes until I can get to that place where I've got space. But I'm not going to get it now till November. So this is like the last leg now of having loads of time off work. But I've got doggies most at time. So what I try and do is give them a right good walk. And they can't cope with long walks anymore. So they tell me when they've had enough. And then we'll come home and then they don't want me for an hour or two. So then I can do bits of writing then as well. But there's so much going on like that. But socially, nothing going on, because I did my sourdough course at college and I didn't like the sourdough. But I enjoyed the course, and then I'm doing my writers club, which I really enjoy. And that's every 2 weeks on a Tuesday at 2 o'clock. Meeting some really nice people. But that's about all I'm doing with that regards people, and the rest of the time I'm by myself. So I'm becoming more and more of a hermit. Oh, sorry, somebody says you're not a hermit, you're a recluse. It's different, so I'm a recluse. I've got my polytunnel coming up soon. As soon as the weather starts getting nice, I'll be onto that one. And on my pitch, I've put a little greenhouse on there to get some seeds started. And I like to get excited about stuff, but I've also got this dark cloud hanging over me because of... I went on Facebook, and you know what it's like on there. Oh, there's going to be a war and there's this happening, and I thought, I can't... It just makes my head stoving, so... It's got to a point where I can't cope with things like that at all. And so what I'm having to do right now is just switch my head off and pretend that life is normal and everything's going to be okay, so I can carry on living my life and doing what I want without stress. Can't change what's going to happen. You can only change how we deal with it. So yeah, that's just life, isn't it? But you know, it's funny because the older I get, the more I'm not bothered about people anymore. Not bothered about being with anyone, not bothered about having friends. Don't care about anything. I just enjoy being on my own because I'm gone into my own world. And I can create whatever I want in there, and it's more interesting and fun than what's going on outside. So I've got nothing to complain about right now. So I'm just going to do my car, and then I'm going to go and get another coffee, I think. So I'll see you later. Bye-bye.